According to Bella Farms, on a tablespoon per tablespoon basis, jellies have about half the calories of butter or margarine and contain zero fat. Jelly is fruit juice cooked with sugar to form a jelly or gel. In the U.S., approximately 1 billion pounds of fruit spreads are produced annually. Although I'm not a master chef, I do like to cook every now and then, and I've always wanted to know how to make jelly. And who doesn't love to put fresh jelly on their biscuits or toast in the morning? Although making jelly may seem complicated, it is really simple and does not contain a lot of ingredients. Today I will be explaining the steps of how to make homemade jelly, what you will need, how to make it, and how to store it. First, let's talk about what you will need. To prepare your jelly, first you'll have to gather some ingredients and equipment. You will need a large heavy bottom pan, a knife, mason jar, 2 cups of white sugar, 2½ lemons, and 2 dozen of fresh strawberries or whichever fruits that you prefer. According to Pick Your Own Farms, you can also substitute sugar by using natural sweeteners such as honey, fruit juice, and fruit concentrate. If you use these substitutions, you will also have to use pectin in your recipe. Now that we've talked about what you will need, now we're going to talk about how to prepare your jelly. Once you have gathered all of the ingredients and cookware, you will now begin the process of making the jelly. First, you will wash, stem, and quarter the strawberries, and then in a heavy bottom saucepan, mix together the strawberries, sugar, and lemon juice. You will then stir over low heat until the sugar is dissolved, and then you will increase the heat to high. You will then bring the mixture to a full boil. After that, you will strain the mixture to remove all the pulp, and then place the liquid back in the saucepan. You will then boil the remaining liquid while stirring often until the mixture reaches 220 degrees Fahrenheit. According to Farmer's Daughters, you must also make sure you have the precise measurements, or else the jelly will stay liquefied and not become jelly.
Next up, we're going to add about 2 cups of sugar to our strawberries. Get about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I know roughly that's about 2½ lemons. Put it on a medium to high flame. And what we want to do is kind of mash up our strawberries, sugar, and lemon juice together.
Now that we've discussed what you will need and how to prepare it, let's discuss how to store your fresh jelly. Once your jelly has reached the temperature of 220 degrees Fahrenheit, you will now need to store it. You will now need to transfer your finished product to a hot, sterile jar, such as a mason jar or any other type of glass jar, leaving 1/4 to 1/2 inch of headspace and seal. And then you can now refrigerate your jelly for up to 2 weeks. The term used to jar jelly or jam is called jarring. This process is done when you want to preserve jelly for longer than 2 weeks. If you've never done jarring before, it can be very difficult, and it is also best to read up on jarring before you're done. Once you have brushed up on the art of jarring, you can now have delicious homemade jelly on the palm of your hands. In conclusion, you have learned about many important steps it takes to make homemade jelly. At the beginning of this speech, you were unaware of how easy it was to make fresh jelly, and now you have the ability to make some whenever you simply feel like it. You now know what you will need, how to make it, and how to store your delicious jelly. Now that you have the ability to impress your friends, significant others, or even your future in-laws with your amazing jelly making skills.